Hello and welcome to Azure Wala YouTube channel. We are in part 4 of Azure Solutions Architect Expert series. So far we have completed 4 questions in previous videos. Today we are going to discuss question number 5 and question number 6. Question 5. You are designing an Azure governance solution. All Azure resources must be easily identifiable based on the following operational information: environment, owner, department, and cost center. You need to ensure that you can use the operational information when you generate reports for the Azure resources. What should you include in the solution? Option A: an Azure data catalog that uses Azure REST API as a data source. Azure Data Catalog is a fully managed cloud service that lets users discover the data sources they need and understand the data sources they find. But in this case, we are not looking for any data source to find or discover. Therefore, this is not the correct answer. Option B: an Azure management group that uses parent groups to create a hierarchy. Azure management groups provide a governance scope above subscriptions. You organize subscriptions into management groups. The governance conditions you apply cascade by inheritance to all associate subscriptions. Therefore, this is incorrect. Option D: Azure Active Directory Administrative Units. Administrative units restrict permission in a role to any portion of the organization that you define. You could, for example, use administrative units to delegate the help desk administrator role to regional support specialists or something like that. Therefore, this is not being used to have operational information segregation, and it cannot be used for reporting purpose. Therefore, this is incorrect. Now we are left with Azure policy that enforce tagging rules. Azure policy helps to enforce organizational standards and to assess compliance at scale. And we can use tagging to group the billing data and to group uses by cost center, categorize the cost by runtime environment, or billing uses for development or production environment. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Question 6. You have an Azure Active Directory tenant that syncs with an on-premises Active Directory domain. You have an internal web app named WebApp1 that is hosted on premises. WebApp1 uses integrated Windows authentication. Some users work remotely and do not have VPN access to the on-premises network. You need to provide the remote users with single sign-on access to WebApp1. Which two features should you include in the solution? Let's start with option F, Azure Application Gateway. Azure Application Gateway is a load balancer that enables to manage the traffic, and it uses layer 7 for that purpose. Therefore, this is not the correct answer, which will help us to enable the single sign-on for remote users. Option D, Azure Arc. Azure Arc is used to manage entire environment together by projecting existing non-Azure and on-premise resources into Azure Resource Manager. Therefore, this is not the correct answer. Option C, Conditional Access Policies. Conditional Access Policy feature is used to apply security policies based on a specific condition. Therefore, this is not the correct answer. Option B, Azure Active Directory Privileged Identity Management. Privileged Identity Management is a service in Microsoft Entra ID or Azure Active Directory that enables to manage control and monitor access to important resources in the organization. These resources include resources in Microsoft Entra ID, Azure, and other Microsoft Online services such as Microsoft 365 or Microsoft Intune. Therefore, this is also not the correct answer. Option A, Azure Active Directory Application Proxy or Azure Entra ID Application Proxy. Azure Active Directory Application Proxy provides secure remote access to on-premise web applications. After a single sign-on to Microsoft Entra ID, users can access both cloud and on-premises applications through an external URL or an internal application portal. Therefore, option A is one of the correct answer. Option E, Azure Active Directory Enterprise Applications. Azure Active Directory Enterprise Applications is the application identity within Azure Active Directory or Microsoft Entra ID. Therefore, this is required to identify the application. So option A and option E are the correct answer. I hope this video was informative for you. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, press the bell notification icon. Thank you for watching this video. See you in next video.